How do you get these on, Mike?
I will help you. It's gonna feel like I'm molesting you for a second.
That's all right.
All right.
Just molest away. It's been a while.
There you go.
Yeah.
Who's this belong to?
You just knew.
You might need to sit over here where you see better.
Corey's over there, red
over
face.
Sit there and I'll sit in front of you. On the floor.
Okay.
You gonna get on the floor?
I'm gonna
That's
sit
Grandma and
right
Grandpa
here.
Jackson.
Sit right there.
Did you hear that?
That's Grandma and Grandpa Jackson.
Grandma and
know
Grandpa
those.
Jackson, huh? All right.
Yes.
And I never met either one of them.
I've never seen this movie before.
You never seen this before? Oh.
That's Uncle Bill and Aunt Maud and Grandpa Ray.
I know
Was
who
that
that is.
Aunt
Yeah.
Flora?
That
Marilyn,
was me. Aunt
Aunt Bill,
Willamay,
Aunt Willamay,
Nancy,
There's
Who's the old
Uncle
guy?
Alvin.
That's Uncle Leonard.
Darwin
Uncle
to the
Bill.
left of Alvin.
Who's that young girl?
That's Onetta.
That's
Yeah, we'll go-
Onetta.
Oh
We'll
my
go back.
gosh.
Who's that? Do we know who she
Is
is?
that the girl your parents raised?
No, that's not Rose.
Rose.
That's Darwin, the little red-headed guy back in the back. Darwin
That's
and Donald.
Darwin. Uh-huh.
No.
So Darwin's the little guy and Donald's the. All right.
Who are Darwin and
That's Uncle Alvin's children.
These were California folks that we were not around a lot. That's why we don't know everybody in the crowd.
All right.
Okay.
I think probably some of them is Bill and
Willamay.
Salinas, but I don't know their pictures when I see them.
He got it right on his hand.
Uncle Bill was Grandpa Jackson's brother.
And Aunt Maud was Grandma Jackson's sister.
Yes.
No, we
Brothers
have one
married
more, and I don't
sisters.
know him.
Right. So they were double related.
It records right there. So
That's
if the wireless
Darwin.
drops out.
And Aunt Willamay, and that's Nancy.
This was a little washed out, but there's a bunch of cars.
Mm-hmm.
Before I couldn't tell what those were until I transferred.
Onetta, Aunt Flora, and the guy that she was dating at the time. There's Marion and me and Glendale.
And Glenn.
What if that was Wichita, maybe?
Some of these I scanned in the box wherever there was handwriting, and so if you look real close,
This is Disneyland, and here we are at the Grand Canyon all of a sudden.
and Kenya.
Yeah.
Big trip we took to California to see the folks. I was a senior. Glenn was about sophomore in college. He did a lot of driving.
And I had just graduated from the 6th grade.
Good stuff. All right, who are these fools on these go-karts?
That's David.
It is David. Mm-hmm.
I
No,
mean, whoever's doing this
I
filming,
don't know who that little boy is.
They do a good job tracking.
That's David
Yeah.
right there, but
That's
I
where
don't
it
know
all
who.
started, boys.
I don't know who that little blonde-headed kid is.
That's,
Can't be Jeff yet, can
that's
it?
Onetta and I.
Hey,
There's
two
Floyd.
good-looking
Floyd.
chicks there. Don't miss that.
Oh, man.
Now
I
we can,
was right on a bicycle, wasn't I?
we can pause and
Here we go.
anytime
There's Glenn.
rewind, whatever.
I drove that car.
You drove it too?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
You
Glenn
drove
with
it?
his hot rod that
How'd it handle?
Oh, it's a dream. It had a hole in the floorboard. I remember that.
Glenn drove this around the football field down at Southwestern State College, and it was loaded down with good-looking cheerleaders, and he was out there strutting his stuff in his hot rod
Yeah.
at the football game with all them cute cheerleaders. Yes, he was.
The first time I rode in it, there was no trunk lid. There was a board strapped
Looks
on
just
top
like
of the
Joel.
back axle, and I sat on it.
Grandpa knew that might happen, so he built it like a tank.
Yeah.
Right.
Chair over there.
Yeah, Bruce says
There goes
Grandma.
there's
David.
500
David.
pounds of welding rod in there.
Onetta again. Woo, look at those legs.
Dear Lord. Some folks take a picture of anything.
College,
Yeah.
here we come.
Joel looks a
So
lot
yeah,
like
that
that.
says Christmas 1960. Here, I'll just rewind it. Y'all know. Christmas 1960 something Jackson. And then that's the front back cover.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, that's Flora.
That's Aunt Flora.
It's probably
It
when we
was.
went to Texas to
It
visit Uncle
was.
Leonard.
There he is.
Yep, there's
Yeah.
Uncle
Uncle
Leonard.
Leonard.
Yes.
All right. See, I didn't know that.
We went
Why we're
to
doing that.
we went to Abilene to spend the holidays with him because he was very, very ill.
Grandpa.
There's Uncle
Aunt
Melvin.
Flora, Nancy, me. Who's the boy? Doug or Darwin?
Doug and
Aunt May.
Aunt May.
Johnny, their youngest son.
Yes.
May and Leonard's youngest son.
Also, if it gets boring, we can fast forward.
Nancy, Uncle Alvin, Uncle Melvin.
Where's Daddy? Uncle Melvin.
There's Tillman.
Who's
Or,
Tillman?
no, Charles.
One of Uncle
That was
Leonard's many
Charles.
boys.
There's Billy.
He was so pretty.
Uh-huh.
Mary Lou has a funny story to tell about bedtime down at Uncle Leonard's.
Yes, oh Lord.
I may have time traveled.
Don't. We're not going to tell that story.
Uncle Melvin. Yes.
You know,
Remember Uncle Melvin.
Onetta, was this before I went down there though? This said 1960. Well, it may have been. Look at that turkey leg. Bless his heart.
That's the trip that you and Flora slept in the bed and it fell apart or something?
No, I was sleeping on a, I don't know what it was, but Aunt Flora fixed it where I fell. My feet was up there and my head was on the floor, and I was about, I don't know, 7 months pregnant with one of the kids. And then she sat on her bed and just laughed and laughed and laughed because I couldn't get up.
That was Charles's wife.
Mm-hmm.
The most interesting thing is that their youngest son, Johnny, had just got out of the hospital. He had his appendix removed the day before.
Oh, okay.
Here's Mom. Part of the story is this. Uncle Leonard was sick, so Grandma Eva cooked up all this food in Fairview at our home and filled the trunk of our car with food to take down for this feast at Uncle Leonard's house.
She takes a bite here of some chicken that seems like it tastes pretty good.
There's the pregnant lady.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Melvin.
Uncle Melvin lived with us sometimes.
I haven't seen Uncle Herman.
He wasn't there.
I don't think Uncle
wasn't
Herman
there,
was there
huh?
that time.
He didn't go.
Go, Grandma Eva.
She was kind of a ham, wasn't she? Mm-hmm.
There we go.
That's Douglas.
Aunt Wilma is also called Aunt Bill. Don't ask me why.
Willie.
Willie, Willie.
Glenn.
Bed built for Wayne.
Oh, this is going to be some trash truck stuff, which we don't have to. We don't have to watch all the way through it.
But look at that. I mean, come on, guys.
You're going to see a lot of these. There's a
Yeah.
lot of these. What do y'all know which one this is?
No, but I know every year I took part of one day in every class and told them my dad's story and his invention and all this and that. What was it? A few weeks back, I got a letter from a student. Said I've been meaning to write this letter for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And in that letter, she mentioned the day that I told my dad's story.
Yeah.
So it spoke to some of them, and I'm like, yes, go God, go.
I'm thinking this was like the second or third version of the Packer he built.
With a single cylinder. A
Definitely
single
not the
hydraulic
first.
cylinder. That's a big deal.
Right, this is nice first truck.
Can you see it?
Atem.
Over all this hair.
Corey, you can sit between Janet and I.
Was his first
There's
one
plenty
the
of
school
room.
bus?
Yes.
Come on.
I got these a little out of order then.
Not a big deal, Michael.
He had an 8th grade education when he worked at Boeing in Wichita. He took a trigonometry class. He was just showing up all them high school and college kids because he was at the top of the class and he was doing it with 8th grade arithmetic. Is that right, sister? You'll confirm
right.
that, right?
He made several design changes to the jets while they were there that Boeing implemented.
Really?
I did not know that.
That would explain some stuff.
He redesigned the whole wing for them so they would have better lift.
What'd you say, Marilyn?
He redesigned the whole wing of the plane so that it would have better lift.
I don't have any idea who those little kids are.
He also submitted in their suggestion box that when a plane was coming in that was in trouble and they were afraid of fire and all of that, it was Grandpa Ray that submitted the idea to foam the runway.
Linda was teaching him.
And that's a common practice when a plane comes in. Is that right, Laurent?
Oh my gosh, look at those good looking people. That's J. Walter,
That's J. Walter Hall. Yeah.
our pastor at the
That's
Nazarene
who
Church.
married Floyd and I.
He's the man. I started warbling a song every now and then in church, and he's the man that encouraged me. Grandma Eva said, "Sissy, if you're going to sing, sing to be heard." And J. Walter demonstrated for me how to sing from my down low, my diaphragm, instead of just from my throat. And she played piano for me, and I started singing specials when they were at our pastors, so they're special in my heart.
Look at that gorgeous classic car.
Makes more sense now.
Those. Any,
Squirrel.
any
Building. I don't know.
Chevrolet
I
truck.
couldn't see that.
Building truck at Cleo Spring? No, at Clara Hubble's.
At Clara Hubble's.
Chevrolet truck.
Melvin.
Oh, y'all want to try and decipher some more?
No,
Sure.
because it says Melvin, J,
Oh, yeah.
and Onetta, Marilyn, Ray, Eva.
Something. Show?
58.
1958.
He's
Painting.
ahead of his time. Wearing his hat backwards.
Wait,
That's a classic right there.
That's a welder's hat.
that's a welder's hat.
Yeah.
Is that what that is? I didn't know.
It is. Here's Uncle Melvin.
And Uncle Melvin.
Prime?
Spray painting.
Or is
Yeah.
that what they're-
Primer.
I didn't have a roller.
Yeah,
They invented rollers.
well, your grandpa painted a whole car with a roller.
This truck painted it red.
Yeah. First time he took it to the car wash, it all
We
came off
washed
in
it
one.
off.
Yeah, it came off in one big sheet.
And we washed it.
Who was the lady? That was Mom.
Clara Hubler was a farmer that lived 1 mile west of Fairview. He had a big barn. And that was where your daddy used to go out and shoot birds out of his barn and kill them. And they'd kill up to as many as 100 a night.
Lord.
He told me that story.
Yeah. And that's where it happened, was in that barn right there. That building.
Oh, look at Marilyn.
And that's Mom.
Yeah.
And she was so cute.
Oh, look, I know how to dangle.
Or you did it one time.
She could spin faster on that twirler that folks hung for in the garage than. I guess I've just grown so accustomed to the cameras being around, you know, and all the publicity that I don't even remember being out there at that barn.
I don't either. Here we are after it's actually painted white.
Yeah.
It used to sit there all the
What's that?
We can blow through this a little bit. Just fast forward a little. There's a lot of this. Yeah. Well, there we go. Hey, speaking of
Yes.
first year, there we go. How
He's a
appropriate.
cutie.
Oh, look at that.
Look, I remember that little sailor outfit. You remember that outfit, Jason?
Still got it, right?
She may, but I don't.
And it was his birthday. Look at that.
Where?
It's me.
Right there. That's Grandma Janet. She's like her mama.
The one you think's Janet was Mary Lou.
This is between Super 8
It's Janet.
8. Resolution.
He's going to eat that board now.
I need
Ow.
to break in my teeth.
He's probably gonna.
There's
He's probably
Janet.
gonna eat it even before he hangs it.
Oh, Mom.
Shag hair.
Precious moments.
Me.
Was that in the home at, Mom? Or was that somewhere else?
I'm trying to decide where this is taken.
That's Jason.
I think that was at your house, Onetta.
Was it in our
I
trailer?
think so.
That would have been the home at then.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of the solitaire.
To coming and going.
Asked Corey why everybody was wearing a life alert button.
What?
I said, I text Corey and I was like, why is
Like,
everyone
shh.
wearing a life alert? She's like, it's a microphone.
Oh,
That's
Jeff's
Jeff.
hiding behind him.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
There's
he's so
Jeff.
cute.
Check out that collar.
Where is he? Where is
It looks just like Gerald.
he? Is he out of town?
Boo.
Remember the little
49 years ago. Yep.
What are we looking? There's a lot of those little cars.
There were 3 of them.
I remember thinking, man, I bet these things, because they never worked when I got them. I remember thinking those were probably pretty great in the day.
Back in the day.
They
and
were.
Then, and then I saw them actually going, and I was like, wow. That's pretty sick.
Yours never did go, huh?
Well, and also they have plastic wheels. It looks like y'all ended up putting like rubber bands on the wheels because they had no traction, wouldn't go anywhere. They just sit there, just like, meh. Just dig in.
That's true. Yeah.
He says, I want that toy.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
Grandpa's 70th birthday. That was when Floyd was in the hospital and Glenn went up and got him and brought him home for Grandpa's birthday party. Then we had to take him back. He had his gallbladder taken out, but they cut him from here to here.
That's St. Clair
Yeah,
and
they
Uncle
didn't do
Willard
that kind,
and Aunt Jetty.
the easy kind. He calls
Aunt
it
Island,
little
Onetta,
surgery.
Uncle
Willard.
And Floyd brought him home for
Lester.
Grandpa's
Lester.
birthday party.
Lester.
This is the double exposure reel.
It sure
So you
is.
kind of have 2 stories going at once. Pretty neat. very
Yeah.
artistic.
Yes.
I like it. Very creative.
I don't know.
Yeah, that would be good.
Not what
So.
I chose.
We have the. We
I gotta have a place to put my leg
harvest
here. There we go.
There's David.
There's Floyd and Mary Lou.
Dave.
That's
Dave.
Dave.
Look at David.
Isn't he cute?
Yes.
He looks just like Rafe.
He's just like Caitlin.
Yeah. David never had red hair.
Gramps. He was so handsome.
Think that was mom and dad?
I don't know.
It was hard
I
to
don't
tell.
think so.
No, okay. It was them too.
That's Mildred and Gilbert, isn't
I
it?
almost forget.
It's Aunt Jetty.
Aunt Jetty playing piano with me.
Mm-hmm.
They seemed to be pretty in sync. Remember what you were playing?
She was chording, I think. She's the one that taught Glenn and I how to chord, basically, in any key. You and I messed around, and we did it one day, Mike.
That's Bruce.
That's Bruce.
That's
You can
Bruce.
tell that's Bruce.
Uncle
He
Wayne.
had looks.
Uncle
He still
Wayne.
looks just like that.
Lowry.
Sure enough,
Daddy.
Daddy,
Mm-hmm.
Aunt
Aunt
Bertie.
Bertie,
Onetta.
Gladys's,
That's Elisa and me.
Mary Ellen, Donna,
Yes.
And
Sherilyn,
Bruce.
And Bruce.
Bruce,
Uncle
Uncle
Melvin.
Melvin,
That's Grandma and Grandpa Dow.
Roy, Grandma Ida.
First close.
I
Dad
didn't
told
bring
me-
mine.
His glasses had
Hearing aids in the
I didn't know
earpieces.
that.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool for back then.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Was.
Okay. I got a key to get in. But thank you for bringing that. That'd be easier.
How neat.
Grandpa Roy. Mm-hmm.
Was this at their house?
Was it Grandpa Roy?
Mm-hmm.
Right there.
That's Aunt Isla. No.
That
Yeah,
little
Thelma.
whatnot shelf
Thelma
was
Lee.
made by
That was
Uncle
Thelma, yeah.
Keith.
Oh wait, that ship?
That little
That's
whatnot
Bertie.
shelf was made by Uncle Keith, Aunt Thelma's husband.
Okay.
I think I know him.
that-
You know him, Mary Lou?
That's
Yes.
David.
You know that?
Looks like
I was embarrassed.
Looks like it.
His hair does look red.
Uh-huh.
Uncle Floyd.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Mary Lou.
That's
Aunt
Aunt
Isla.
Tyler.
Aunt
Aunt
Gladys.
Gladys.
Aunt Gladys.
Oh, how
That's a
neat,
sweet picture of Aunt Gladys.
Aunt Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know who that was.
Mm-hmm.
Onetta, Marilyn, baptism.
When we got baptized in the North Canadian River. All right.
That's right.
And this is not far from where our well is now, guys.
It's not.
Within 5 miles easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
As the
less
crow
than that.
flies,
Look
probably
at
a
the
lot less than
legs.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that figure she's got.
There's Glenn. Is that Glenn?
Compose
Joel
yourself.
standing there.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Wonder what he's telling us.
Isn't that no telling? That was Dad?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
This is some interesting life choices.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hang on.
Kind of.
That was
No.
me.
Oh, there she goes.
Look at this girl go.
I am part monkey.
Spider monkey.
I can still do that.
You go.
Yeah.
She'd be a
I
pole
never
dancer
could do
now.
that.
She can climb a pole. I see Onetta get up there. Oh, Glenn's
Yeah,
gonna try
Glenn's
it.
turn.
This is pretty
Too big
crazy.
for it.
Good job, Marilyn.
Oh, you got it. You got it.
Watch what
That's
he does
pretty
with his arm
good.
here. And this is very
Oh,
Joel-like.
I'm being his cheerleader. Does that count?
Monkey.
Look at Marilyn.
What?
She can just
Quick little frog.
No, I couldn't do
like, oh,
that.
yeah, she does look like a frog. Look at this.
Well, no, but
Legs.
you were on the swing,
Yeah.
Got lost it.
Yeah.
goofing around.
I probably weighed at least 100 pounds and was as tall then as I am now.
Note that I can stop at any moment.
That's,
Yes.
that's right. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Choices. Yeah.
I'm practicing for later.
Good.
Turned out fine.
Just stopped a little faster.
That was
That's a
that was a classy
59.
Chevy, I tell you.
There's the, yeah.
I
going
think there's
noodling.
Jay Walter out there with us. We're fixing to take a dip.
You're gonna do what?
Don't know.
And there I was.
You know, he's the minister that married us, but I don't remember.
That was Carolyn Wicker.
I just don't remember what he looked like.
And now you.
Some evangelists came and held a revival. And Glenn and I got saved in that revival the same night. I was 12, he was 14. And so that's always been a special connection for us.
I think this is where.
That's Abby Davis, our junior joy teacher.
Was that Miss Abby?
It was.
Oh my
what
goodness.
teacher?
Junior joys.
What is that?
Yeah, that's what I want
We
to know.
went to her house every Thursday afternoon after school, and she made Kool-Aid, and we sang songs and played games.
So far, it sounds like stranger danger.
No, she was a sweet lady.
And because Coke was too strong for us,
Oh,
when she fixed Cokes, it was half water
Okay.
and half Cokes.
well, good
Oh
grief.
my goodness.
And she taught the children at church. And Abby Davis is the lady that came to our home and invited us to go to church at the Nazarene Church long before any of this other stuff happened. Had she not invited us to go, Glenn and I wouldn't have been in the church, wouldn't have been saved when we were, on and on and on. So she's responsible. I'm sure she's in heaven now, without a doubt. And she's responsible for lots of other folks that's there or going to be there.
Fast forward this because we've all seen the trash truck. That's the one cylinder, just in case you missed it.
Makes all that
I
stuff
mean,
work.
still amazing.
Yeah,
He was ahead of his time.
Definitely.
definitely so.
Still that one cylinder.
They drew up their own specifications and claims, their own paperwork, all for the patent. It was a work of art. I'm telling you, it looked every bit professional. They went to DC and searched the patent office themselves. They didn't have an attorney. They filed for their own patent. And the people who received their application told them if they had used black ink instead of blue, that they would have used their papers as submitted. They would have been very qualified to go in the U.S. Patent Office. But they duplicated them over again in black ink because that was a rule, but the folks didn't know that.
Seems iffy right there.
Yeah.
Oh, hon, I'm sorry.
First bed.
515415. What is that supposed to be?
Bulldozer. Oh yeah.
Alan.
So this.
Didn't have a
So this is the.
Alan.
Bulldozer at the
Bulldozers
junkyard.
At the junkyard.
Yeah.
Have to see a little bit to tell you which junkyard.
This is the first truck
First.
made out of the
So.
school bus.
Yeah.
I didn't know his middle name was Alan.
Well, see, Eva didn't
Yep.
have a middle name. No,
Ray on down.
but Ray did.
Didn't think I'd be learning that
Yeah.
at my age.
That's Jeff's middle name too.
Who knew?
Jeffrey Allen Dow.
And all this stuff I thought you were Samuel Allen. After him.
Nicholas Allen. Mhm. Right. Although some of them were some of them. No, they were all ALLEN.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
I know what I mean. I know it's spelled other with an A instead.
All of ours.
Just an interesting point about Glenn, Floyd, and Dad. They left the house at 4 a.m. in the morning during the week, and they hauled trash until Dad had to bring my brothers in and them get cleaned up to go to school. And so then Dad and Mom would work on houses in the middle of the day. Then in the afternoons, Dad would go up and pick up the business district of town. And that was the routine for a day. Floyd and Glenn went to school. If there was any fun activities or whatever, it was,
Floyd
in
went
the
to
evening.
work for John Gard.
Yeah, and Floyd
after
worked for
work.
John Gard.
What?
Well, he
Yeah,
started when
right.
he was 13.
Smart boy.
Floyd was tearing apart clocks and stuff and playing with them till late into the night. And Grandpa Ray was upset with him, and Sonny, you need to get to bed. And he was about to spank him. And did he spank him, Mary Lou?
I don't think so, but Floyd didn't quit working on clocks or watches or whatever he's
John
working.
Clark the one that wrote that letter and the piece you gave me?
Yes.
Pardon me?
Yeah, the piece that Grandpa's.
Those were
gave me.
John Gard. He mailed those to Floyd before he died.
I think Mom intervened for Floyd or something, and he didn't get a beating, but he couldn't help
did.
himself. After all, he was Ray Dow's son.
He couldn't lay one down. He had to
And
finish
there you
it.
see
That
the
was just the way it
demonstration
was.
of another use of the power takeoff. You have a bulldozer on the front of your truck.
So he can push back the trash yard, see?
And hopefully you didn't drive too far forward and go over the edge of the canyon.
That would be unfortunate.
Yeah.
All day.
There were many treasures found in those trash dumps.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Grandma
yes.
had so many blankets that she got from the dump.
Zebry, that was your great-great-grandpa that did that, made that truck.
Did you know that? That your great grandpa?
Oh, here's his senior play. I love
Part that
it.
makes it come down and
It's
smash
real
it,
hard
and folds
to
it back
see.
into the truck.
It's always been real hard to see, but this is probably the best.
That was their senior play.
Why
Yeah.
are they dressed in drag?
Well, they didn't have a...
No, Joe.
They were.
No.
the rest of the story.
That was the base of the
Oh, my
story.
And they picked the 4 tallest boys in the senior class.
Skinny Minnie there.
Like grandma's dresses.
I used to know the name of the... I've always thought Jeremy looked like Floyd.
We're that open-minded back then.
He really looks like him now.
Plays in Fairview were interesting.
I used to have the playbook.
We have Biddy number 1, Biddy number 2, 3, and 4.
At one of the class reunions, they handed out the playbook to all the seniors that was in the play.
Oh my goodness.
Why am I knock you out?
Looks
I would have loved to have
your
seen that.
battery is dead, Marilyn. So you may have to lean over towards
Okay,
her when you talk.
I can do
It's all
that.
right. You just leave it on.
voice there.
I wish that
Yeah, here you
Mrs.
go.
Burns was in this
Here, I'll
picture.
throw you one. Still have a good
Oh.
one.
Great, thank you.
They're pretty tough.
Life alert.
Hilarious.
What is he doing?
Shaking the guy.
With the
With a paintbrush.
Small brush.
Think they're having a fight.
Are they painting each other?
It's weird.
Is that Danny Walton?
Shaving cream, I think.
Mrs.
That's
Burns.
Mrs. Burns. Yeah. our
She's
English
just as
teacher.
pretty now as she was then.
She's over 100 now.
She was 100. She's almost 101. And I
She was
saw her at
Oklahoma
Fairview
Teacher of
here
the
a
Year.
while
She
back.
was National Teacher of the Year.
She lives in the assisted living.
And those are the cast members.
She had no children of her own. She was a one of a kind, special
And she
lady.
remembers everybody. And she's an amazing woman.
Is that Floyd?
Yeah, it is Floyd. That was Floyd.
Special eye action. I like.
Right there.
Yeah.
In the blue dress.
And the light on you.
dress.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dressed in drag. Yes.
yeah.
Where you been?
Where you been? These were different people, and none of them were our people.
No.
No. This is his
No,
high
Uncle
school.
Floyd is one of the star performers in
This
this
is a senior
production.
play.
Yeah, they did a senior play and they found the 4 tallest guys to play the 4 old maids. That's what
Correct.
Something like that. I can't remember the name of that play. I've got the book. I need to find that.
Oh, Floyd was hamming it up too.
this stuff is pretty dark.
Watching them walk in high heels that did not fit their feet was rather interesting.
I've seen him walk in high heels, and David also.
They were really tall in high heels.
I gotta tell you, I'll tell you that story later. I hope nobody had a picture of it.
There he is.
Oh.
That's the way he looked when we got married.
Who is that, Mary Lou? The sailor boy. Who is that?
I don't know who that was. I was thinking it was Danny Walton, but I don't.
That's Grandpa.
It looked like Glenn.
Alright. First bed again.
First bed.
Yeah, that's definitely a school bus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I can see that now.
Oh my gosh, look at the old water well.
Was that a water well back there?
Looks like.
See this mechanism.
I don't know.
This is out at
Can't
Grandpa
tell.
and Grandma Dow's place. That's their
Yeah.
old cistern.
Yeah.
Their house on the hill where we went as little girls. But
Rattlesnake
yeah, you're looking
country.
at the front end of the bus because the front end was cut off and it became the tail end of the trash packer. And necessity was the mother of invention because Dad's first truck he hauled trash in had a wooden bed on it, and he built a 2x4 frame up over that, covered it with wire, and all was well until he dumped a barrel that had some burning embers in the bottom. When he dumped it and air got to it, he had a blazing fire, and his wooden truck bed caught on fire. And so he decided there's got to be a better way, and so this was the answer.
They told me he used to take an old water heater and put it up top. And so that if there was ever a bed fire again, it's full of water and he could just pull the
Spray
cork
it down
and
or
just
whatever.
Put
Down.
it down.
Right, I think that was one of the features that he entered on his truck, even when it was a metal truck, that he had a water tank on board in the event that he got a fire in it. Because enough fire for long enough will even melt or warp steel. My daddy was handsome. I especially liked the bald spot on top of his head.
That's your favorite place.
He didn't say a whole lot, but you better listen when he talked.
Oh.
yeah, Dad was kind of like that.
Yes, very much.
That hairline.
Hey, that's. I'm getting something like that.
Hereditary.
Looks just like Jeremy when he doesn't shave his head.
I know it.
It's the same
way
hairline.
Jeremy looks now, he looks just like Grandpa.
I think he does too.
I'm
I
seeing
thought- I
Floyd and
always
Glenn
thought he
in these
looked like
pictures
Floyd.
look more alike than I ever realized they did when we were that age.
Yeah.
Genetics are strong.
Well,
I'm just sitting and soaking.
red, white, and blue. Did you see the red seat inside the cab? Patriotic.
Yeah, so patriotic.
It looks so little compared to what they're using now, doesn't it?
True. We got a lot more tracks now.
That's exactly right.
What was it? There's
And we
a
don't burn
story
it.
about some cities buying brand new ones, and then somebody else said, "No, use our trucks," and they went.
That's how.
Well, let me tell you the story. Mom and Dad, I was about a ninth grader in high school, and they started doing their first demonstration tours through the central U.S., and Dad's trucks were selling like hotcakes. But what happened after Mom and Dad sold a town one of their trucks, then Garwood or Leach, the competitive companies, would come behind Mom and Dad. They would go to the city councilman and say, "We will give you $10,000 and a brand new Garwood if you will give us that Dowpacker." And so they bought off a lot of the towns that Dad had sold a truck to, and they took Dad's Dowpackers to Oklahoma City and put them in the metal scrapyard.
So that when the bigger towns that they went to sell them to, they wanted to know, well, who have you sold them to?
Yeah,
And they'd go back to those little towns. Well, they didn't have a Dowpacker anymore.
that's right. Kind of dirty pool.
And that's how we got sold down the river. And got the patent stolen from us.
Right. Well, the patent wasn't stolen, hon, but the man that backed Daddy financially, because he wasn't big enough to set up, there was a factory in Liberal, Kansas, and in Oklahoma City and in Fairview. And he was our local hometown
There's
millionaire.
the 6 little grandkids.
They're cute.
But he wasn't
Look at
big enough
that.
financially to fight all
Sharon,
those
Donna,
companies. So it
Elisa,
just was sad.
me with the stroller,
Fighting with Mary
Mary
Ellen.
Ellen, and Margaret.
Yeah.
All of them was born in 1 year.
God, Marilyn, you're a bully.
They were
She
all
still is.
within 2 years of each
It
other.
was my stroller.
Was
It
my
was
stroller.
mine.
Look at that little frown on your face.
Look at that.
Just take the photo.
Oh, that's Mary Ellen.
It's gonna be a brawl.
Here's
That's
Uncle
Uncle
Vernon.
Virgil.
Vernon.
With all those
Is it Vernon?
beauties.
It may
Look
be
at 'em.
Vernon.
Yes, Vern.
Look at Marilyn.
So was he a cop?
No, he was
He's in the
He was
military.
in military.
Yeah, that's the Air Force.
Yeah,
Just
that's
like-
Uncle Vernon. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Benny as a little girl. You just got eyebrows on that. That is
I'm telling you, I'm seeing genetics everywhere.
You're marked for life.
Yeah.
that is literally
Uncle Vernon was in Korea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew that.
Is that Sherilyn and Mary Ellen?
That's Elisa.
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 Oh, wow. Okay.
There's Grandpa Dow.
That's
Roy.
Grandpa
Yeah.
Roy.
The one in the plaid.
Holden
Uh-huh.
Mary Ellen. Grandpa's in the
He died
plaid,
right
yes.
after Dad and I were married. He was soon after that.
Grandpa,
Roy.
Mm-hmm.
Grandpa Roy was in the
He
plant.
seemed
Yes.
kind of scrappy.
Hmm?
Roy, like
I don't think so.
not scrappy.
I don't
Right.
think so.
I don't remember
It was
seeing
just
some
his,
of
it's just his
this
clothes.
ever.
Okay, no, I see him horsing around with
Grandma.
Grandpa.
Yeah.
Pretty in
Oh,
that
I
blue
think they did
dress.
kind of horse around. There's Floyd.
Oh
I think.
boy. Here's the scooters.
The scooters.
That's Floyd.
Which one was that though? Didn't have a lot of power.
It's going so fast.
Look at that smile.
Where is this, Marilyn? I can't make it.
Second Street.
Is it South Second?
Mhm.
Yeah,
There's too
always
much
did.
grass out there.
And when he started up his little engine,
When it first moved before
he'd
the
just
trash truck
smile,
beat the grass off.
sit back and smile.
Could be.
There's Glenn.
The boys aren't very old there.
Bruce, I think.
Is that Edward?
Oh, yeah, that is Bruce.
I think it is Bruce.
Bruce is a cousin of Marilyn.
Yeah,
No,
he's a
Bruce wouldn't
cousin
be that
to
big.
Marilyn
It wouldn't have
and
been Bruce,
Onetta.
guys. Not with Floyd
Yeah.
and Glenn this age.
That wasn't Bruce. I don't even know
Yeah,
that
the
he
first
was
guy. He's a
born yet
sweet
at this
guy.
time.
Sweet. He's built camel.
He got
Very
the
much
prettiest.
Floyd Grandmore. I can see that.
Yeah, he was.
I like these close-ups.
Mhm.
They are close. Oh, look at Onetta and Onetta. Woo!
We're obviously
look-
playing
I
dress
didn't
up.
know Onetta was aggressive.
Just you two.
Oh, Marilyn's still fighting. That's funny.
Wait, get out of my sand pile.
She's got your stroller now.
Oh, there's gonna be a little fight here. Uh-huh.
People never
Look
get
how
out of my
young
That's Aunt
Grandma was
Thelma.
there.
Aunt Thelma.
There's Aunt
and
Gladys,
Myra.
and I don't know who that is. And there's Grandma
That's Aunt
Dow.
Clara.
Aunt Clara, yes.
Oh, it is Aunt Clara.
And
Yeah.
Mom. Look how thin.
Oh,
Mom-
yeah.
Yeah, Mom was a giant compared
That's
to
the
most
one
of
you
us.
got your kitchen cabinet from, Mary Lou.
That's right. And something else.
Oh.
Daddy.
Cute.
Marilyn's fourth.
All right.
Oh boy. I'm big.
Yeah, she's a biggin. Oh, and I'm sorry.
Look like Benny. Oh my God, that's scary.
Boy, she's really putting it
I
on
still
heavy,
have
isn't
that
she?
doll. I
You
got that doll when I was
do.
8. I still got her.
Yeah. Oh no, the scooter has
Got a
paint
red
now.
motorcycle.
A bigger
Wonder
one.
who painted that.
Probably with a roller if Floyd had to paint it.
Yeah.
He hated painting anything.
I was gonna say
Yeah, it's a
Grandpa
drag.
Yeah,
painted.
Yeah, we all have to have a turn at this.
that's that little Cushman, isn't it?
Getting bigger and faster.
Look at her birthday
I
cake.
can't believe they let you hold it.
You like our dresses? Grandma made those for us.
See?
Yes.
I mean,
Lila
hold the
Sand.
cake.
See Lila?
Look at that. She's by herself now holding it.
I was a big girl. I was 4.
Who's the girl to the left?
It was Lila Sand, Aunt Gladys's daughter, the one on the left.
Look at Dad's hair.
What is
A little bit ago.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so cool with
that's
that.
cool now.
Mhm.
Grandpa, Grandma.
Oh boy,
Grandma,
charm.
did you see the way Grandma was standing? She
Uh-huh.
always stood with her legs crossed.
Uh-huh.
Well, she wanted to be shorter. If she stood that way, it made her a little shorter.
Really?
Grandpa Ray's 5'7". She's
Brilliant.
5'9" and a little bit. Naturally curly hair.
Him.
David, isn't that that little Cushman?
Oh, she better be.
Oh, a little sheep.
There's Blackie.
Oh, yes.
Did you get a sheep for your birthday?
No, the boys were raising them for FFA.
That's part of the family, right there.
Grandpa's got a dog.
That's South 2nd Street. That open black hole back there was the garage. Marilyn had her
Twirler.
twirler in there,
I think we
and she could go 90 miles an hour on that thing.
Like Mama's blue.
There it is. She's
Her eyes
just
are
a
crossed.
blur.
Wow.
Look at her eyes.
I'm dizzy now.
Her eyes is crossed right there.
Now we know, Marilyn, what happened.
I started out young. Being a dizzy dame. That's Betty Hood, my best friend.
That's Betty. Look, how sweet. She made you look rather small.
Go back. Go back.
She wasn't much older than you, was she,
I saw a
Marilyn?
place to motor his bicycle back there. Leaning up against the wall. Right
You sure did.
Mhm.
Has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
at the
That's crazy.
I wonder if that's the one of the old.
He would
I
catch
love it. I love it.
Huh.
Yeah.
All the time.
How did you catch that, David?
Right here.
Did you see it again when it
I
went
love
by? I didn't even see it.
it's just one one little flash frame.
A
There.
motorized bicycle.
It was leaning up against the building.
Were they electric? No, no, just
A lawnmower.
Just a little motor.
It's a little sand.
You ever seen a motorized bicycle?
I think I had.
You older ones just didn't have it.
No, I know.
What,
This is
David,
true.
isn't that motorcycle up at Dave
I know.
Jeff's, that bicycle?
The other kids just never could get the hang of that. I don't know what.
That's quite a party. It's no
Yeah.
telling.
That looks like Vernon.
It
was.
was Vernon. It's
That
Barely when-
looks like Aunt Isla, maybe.
Cheryl.
I don't know. I can't see her. Nope.
That's Elisa, Daryl, Onetta. That's
Daddy.
Uncle Wayne with his back
Wayne.
to us.
Wynetta.
Juanetta.
Pinky,
Pinky.
Charles.
She really is
Charles,
bad.
yeah.
Flow
Aunt Thelma.
a lot more than what we do.
Must have been Jerry.
Did she even know anybody?
She was faking it pretty good.
Oh, that's Mike Link. That's Donna's
I
first
ran into
husband.
her at home and
Okay.
she didn't
I
know
didn't
me.
have any idea we had a picture of him.
Vernona was Bobby. Bobby was her.
Grandpa Ray.
Doug
Vernona
was
and
Sit
Jerry.
on that chair?
They were both.
Aunt Glenda, or Aunt
Oh, beautiful tree.
Thelma Lee's daughter, I think.
Anyway, they were both adults when Bobby passed.
There's
That's one of
Jean
Aunt Isla's
Margaret.
daughters. Grandma Dow.
That Grandma Dow?
Grandma
Yes.
Dow. Grandpa
I think
Ray's
that's-
mama.
That's who Marilyn looks like, I think.
That's Grandpa
Aunt
Ray's mom.
Ida.
Ida, yeah.
Was Rachel, is
Oh, look,
Rachel
she's
is
Look at the directions.
Fancy.
Look at that dress or whatever it is.
Yes, look at it.
Oh, it's a two-piece.
Oh, that
Oh, just in the picture.
Oh,
We go visit her and all we did was change light bulbs.
That's right. That's the first thing she'd say to Floyd. Oh, my lands, I'm so glad to see you. I got light bulbs I need put in.
there's Vernona.
Never a hello.
was that too old?
That's Vernona?
Renona.
So no.
That's what they said.
I'll take
Does
that.
look like
Hold
her.
it.
That is pretty.
She's a cute little lady. She was so short that when they came over here and we had that garden, you couldn't find her in the tomato patch because she didn't stick up above the tomato vines at all. And she always wore those heels that was about this high, which made her a little taller, but you still couldn't find her.
Grandma always said when she worked in the shipyard in Oregon during the war that she was 5'4". She was never over
Never.
4'8" her whole
Even
life.
with her high heels on, she was not 5'2". She was really short.
That was Uncle Melvin running his little train. I don't know where this is.
Is that before he had the
She worked in the shipyard.
Christmas or the?
on the west coast.
What, Washington? Up in Washington
Yeah,
State?
yeah,
Really?
during the war. She and Grandpa moved out there and they worked in the shipyards during the war.
I
So
don't
she's probably in the history books at the shipyard because all the women
Yeah.
that worked in the two shipyards are documented.
Who is this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
As far as I know, Grandpa and
think I know
Grandma
him.
both worked
Who is that?
there.
Oh, it's Glendale.
That's Glendale.
All I saw was Joel.
Yeah.
I was having a little
There's
problem
Grandpa
with it
Ray.
too. And Willa May.
Bill.
Mini horse.
Oh, that's
That out
that.
there on Gap Road. It is. isn't it?
That's that one. That,
Janet, is that one?
yeah, it's the one that got you, Janet.
Grabs your hair.
No,
Oh.
that's not. That's not our Gap Road.
Oh my gosh, Corey.
Yeah,
where
it
are
is.
you?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
It's where Grandpa and Grandma
He
had their
looks
trailer
just like
first.
Gerald, I'll swear.
Little Challenger.
Right, right.
That's our Challenger. It
I
was.
remember being out on
Jeff?
that, out on that property.
You
Look at
were
this.
tiny
Look at
baby.
this Challenger.
Okay.
He's a horseman, man.
He was such a cute kid.
He was. He was.
Big day.
He's still a cute little thing.
Little, yeah, 3 months, 6.
That's the funniest
Look
thing.
at him stop.
The funniest thing was when Grandpa got through with that horse. It was so funny.
That's me.
Yeah, that's David.
Stupid horse.
It's Jeff again.
Oops. He got it figured out.
Oh,
Go, Jeff.
Aww.
Yeah, it's about this
See
time
that
that he
field
took
down
off
there?
running.
Damn horse took me down that field and in the creek and trees.
And she was hanging on saddle horn just screaming. There's our Challenger.
Did you see the
This is about 1970.
Yeah. I'd love to have that car back.
It's like Slugbug Challenger.
Mm-hmm. Wonder who that is.
I think I've seen him somewhere before.
Yeah. Jim and Daddy.
That's Dad, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike, you've done wonders with these pictures. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing how good those are.
He bought like a special machine and it had to go through like every single
Frame.
slide.
Frame.
Every frame. That's what I'm
Look at those
Wow.
trees, man.
That was the coolest place out there.
It was a cool place out there.
What is that place out there?
But that was just
The
where,
Swain.
where Mom and I lived, out on Gap Road, just
This is-
around the curve south of us.
There's his.
There's those
There's
evil.
Up on the hill.
There's those
Yes.
evil
They chased me on the motorcycle all over that place. They were right on my tail.
There's your Challenger, Mom.
Oh, that's not a.
Grandpa wanted
that's
to
not a-
raise Black
That's a
Angus
cow
and it
car.
did for about a year, and then they chunked that in and started redoing and flipping houses.
Those little
Again.
calves, when they're born, are so tiny you can just pick them up and carry them. They're little bitty. Those
That
little
thing
black
scared
horses.
me to death. I was riding I was screaming. They were on me.
Oh, look at that face. Oh.
I can be scared of that.
Come on, Dave. Come on. Come on. You got a 1,500-pound cow on your butt.
Well, you were out there in the middle of the mamas and their babies.
Yeah, that's what.
Protecting
That's
their
what.
babies.
Yeah, I've been chased up a tree before. Get the mama separated from the baby.
That's right. They don't like that much.
Like that all the time.
Grandma, can I sit between your
Sure.
legs?
Just come over
I need
here.
the back support.
Okay, just get right over here.
Thank you.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
fine.
that's better.
Nope, you just fit.
Oh, that's Kelly.
Kelly, that's Jeremy.
Jeremy. My goodness.
That's Danny.
It doesn't look like
Jeff.
Oh, Jason, Jeremy, and Jeff.
David, don't you think he looks like Gerald?
Jeremy.
Butt shot.
But
Janet.
You look like Annie.
Mom used to make me wear curlers.
I don't want to talk about your mom and haircuts, okay? I lived through that as well.
oh, you neither one have anything to gripe about.
Look at them, they're so cute.
Aren't they cute?
Yeah.
It's Kelly.
That's Kelly. Yes.
Oh, and Jason.
Oh, yes.
He didn't like that light.
Well,
No, I did it.
Yeah. Oh, everybody's giving him a kiss.
That's a cheeky little thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, she's going to give him a real
she just is
smooch.
like, yeah.
That was February.
Oh my gosh. Look at
Those
He's
are some
just
bright
being-
lights.
Just like Ray.
You should have named it, put his middle name as Ham.
He just couldn't keep her lips off you.
Mm-hmm. Grandpa holding you. Yeah, Grandpa Ray's holding you. Uh-huh.
Janet. Remember that little girl?
Yeah. From the days back in Jane Phillips.
Here's
They're
where we'll-
reminded to that roll of the eyes part. I like that.
Well, who's this? Who is that over there present?
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
She's tearing that one apart, isn't she?
they all
Is that
It's a
still
little
Kelly?
essay.
Is that pulling the paper off?
That's Kelly.
Is that Kelly?
Isn't he cute?
What's going on?
We're putting on the tail lights.
Decaf.
Oh, David's fixing. That was David fixing the models. There's Floyd. Got his toothpick in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're both working on cars. That's their life right
There's
there.
the rubber bands there. Watch them go. Don't blink.
Look where his feet are.
Look at that.
Oh, he's going now.
Can't believe they didn't tear up the carpet.
Go, Kelly. Go.
You want to just
Push
help
on the
him?
gas, girl.
Is this up there off of Bush Slide Road?
Could totally be.
No, this was up on the hill. They were in the trailer up on.
Yeah, I think it was up on
They
Gap
bought a
Road.
brand.
I think it
They bought a
is.
brand new 14 by 70 trailer and lived in that for what, a year or so.
Yeah. Well, you see the rubber bands.
Oh,
Yeah, they do have rubber
They've got
bands.
traction on the outside.
Yeah.
View.
Good traction that way.
Look at, is that Jeremy?
Yeah. Just wondering
Man.
when the excitement's going to start.
Yeah, when's something gonna start happening?
No wonder he's always like cars.
See that? And make it go faster by kick it. Who's that guy?
That's one.
Darwin,
That's one I like.
Uncle Alvin's youngest son.
That's right. We saw him at the beginning.
There's Mrs. Hood's bean bowl on the table.
I know. There was always food.
Uncle Arch.
I don't know who that fellow
Uncle
was.
Alvin.
That's
Uncle
Uncle.
Alvin in front of you there.
St. Flora.
That's Frida.
Mm-hmm.
There's David.
Okay,
There's
Frida,
Uncle Alvin.
Alvin.
That's
Archie.
Uncle Archie.
Yeah, that's Uncle Archie. And
That's
Jewel.
Jewel. Archie
And Jewel would cook for anybody that showed up any time of day.
Yes. There she
she
is.
wasn't it? It was, yeah.
I don't know who that was. I remember when that was taken.
That's, you know who that is?
Grammar, Earl Grammar.
Mom, Frida.
Earl Grammar.
That's who it was. Well, I'm glad you
Frida
did
was
because I
Uncle
knew
Archie's,
him, but I just couldn't
second
remember.
oldest.
Who's that?
That dude.
I missed that one.
Janet?
There's Dad.
Jeff? Right?
Ooh, look at all that hair.
Didn't we have a lot of hair?
We always had a lot of
Uncle
hair.
Melvin.
Now I wish I had some of it back.
Yeah.
Oh, me with a hairpiece on. Man, oh man, some folks will do anything.
Slap that thing up.
Now there's Janet.
Marilyn had the long, beautiful hair, and I had a hairpiece.
Please.
Yeah.
I think mine was short then. I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
So you're in that blue dress next to her, I think.
There's Ina.
Yes.
Wow.
I can't believe it. Floyd and I stood up with Ina and Melvin when they got married because nobody else would, and we just hated doing it, but we had to. I did it for Uncle Melvin.
I know the queen in the chair. What is her name?
Marlo.
I was in a chair.
Yeah.
Antonina.
Oh boy. Dave, what did you get?
Oh, David.
Candle.
Was this a Blackwell or what's this?
I think it's out on the
Gap Road.
Gap Road.
I don't know. It's got paneling.
Look at Grandpa already lost most of the hair.
Ooh, a gun.
Gun.
Straight.
Yes.
Look at that grin.
Is that 22 Jet that's in the safe? Bet it is.
In what safe, David?
You're safe.
I have a 22 in my safe? Huh. Well, I'll go home and check that out. I might load it if I had some
There's
shells.
winter.
Shell. There should be shells with it. Because if it's the one that was in the safe that we have now, there were shells to match that.
Oh, well, all the shells that was left over I took to get deer camp.
Yeah,
I
that's
told
the
them to do
trailer.
whatever they wanted to with them.
That's the trailer
This is
down
not
Gap Road.
22. It's a
That was a
22 Jet.
bad snowstorm came through that year.
We had a 12-inch snow. Yeah.
That was that beautiful snow we had.
Oh, I look like
She
4 years
always
old
looks
again.
kind of bored, don't she, when she's looking through the camera? Oh, I don't know. Who is that, Onetta?
I'm looking for another clue.
It's,
No, Mrs. Swain's
it's a
not that big.
cousin. It's
That's Uncle Archie there beside her. We're down at Archie
Yeah.
and Jules.
Yeah,
I
neck of
this
the
is
woods.
someplace else.
Jill's sister or something
Oh,
like
I
that.
bet it is, yeah.
What was her name?
I can't remember.
Smile.
Yes, she
There's, is that Marilyn in?
Blackberries. She is loving the camera.
Picking blackberries, probably.
There's Uncle.
Picking
Well,
blackberries,
Melvin.
picking up chiggers.
Not anymore. Did it once, and I'm not
A
doing
little
that
news
again.
flash that nobody wants to know. I was conceived in a blackberry patch.
I know that.
My mama told me.
That'd be a sticky little patch, I'll tell you. Your mom and daddy were tougher than I am.
Can you imagine picking blackberries in a dress?
No, I cannot. Even picking blackberries, period. They're awful to pick.
Mom was so slim.
You still love her.
Wasn't she?
Let me tell you, they can be daggone embarrassed.
They're more
I'm
comfortable with
kind of
flats.
skinny compared to today.
One year as an aha girl. It was a dare. Him and 3 other guys with a Coca-Cola aha girls.
Who did it? Laurent?
Melvin can't see his face.
So these.
What are they doing?
Oh, look. Look at the fight.
Somebody's wrestling Ina trying to get her to pick blackberries.
Maybe she's just trying to push her into the patch.
Oh,
What do you have on there, Marilyn?
Is that the house in Norman?
Yes,
I
yes.
remember that house.
There is no telling what I had on. A house coat and pajamas.
That's what I think it is.
Was that in Mustang? Did you live in Mustang?
It was in Norman.
Oh, there. Look at the car.
There's my favorite car in the whole
The
world.
little snoo.
Oh, what?
NSU.
I made seat covers for that thing because it was just wire springs when we got it.
And you had a Metropolitan, didn't you?
Yeah.
That was the little NSU.
And then Janet had it. Onetta
wait
had
a
it
minute.
first.
I drove it to college for a year or two. I guess we all had the Metropolitan.
You don't
Yeah.
ever see those around anymore.
No.
It was in Nash.
That thing, the white one was not a.
No,
It was
that
turquoise
wasn't.
and
That was
white.
an NSU.
Our little
No,
Metropolitan.
that one we bought out of a back alley there at Norman. Somebody wanted to sell it. I think we paid $100 for it.
You're kidding.
Blackmagic is fine. It's okay. Yeah, mine's pretty good too.
Yes.
Aw, Dave's shooting him.
Jeff and David are having
Did you see Grandpa shoot? Shot Grandpa and he fell on the floor. Rolled around.
Oh, look at those awful chairs.
Oh my goodness.
There we go.
Jim's hanging her.
That was Dad.
Yeah.
That was Dad and Mom.
Oh, y'all are adorbs.
It was Marilyn, I think.
Look at Jeff. He's taking aim.
I
Dave just go point blank.
Look at him. He just cratered right there. He doesn't stay dead very long.
Rewind.
Yeah, it's a cap
They'll
gun.
recoup pretty quick.
They saw too many westerns on TV, I
Too
think.
much gun smoke.
That was kind
The
of
pillow will save me.
That's right.
Hey, just take your gun away from me. Yeah, there you go. Stupid brother.
Too cute.
They still sell those, you know?
I was thinking the same thing.
Like it's a new thing.
There.
Scared her.
Janet didn't like those kind of animals at all.
popcorn dog.
They are kind of evil.
Look, she was fascinated. Look at her.
We had a little tiger that did that, and when it roared, scared her to death.
Just watching.
Just keeping it at a distance, aren't you?
Mhm.
Aw, Mom.
Yes, she's cute.
She's cute.
Is that Anita?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah, that's her. I think that was a black one.
Oh, Graham.
It's Dad.
Now I know Onetta can
Yep.
fight harder than that. I just know she can. Oh, we're getting our
Yep.
picture taken.
Picture.
That was at the Alamo in Blackwell.
Look at Jeff.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at Grandpa.
Standing on the table.
I've been meaning to drive by the Alamo.
Oh, it looks terrible the last time I saw it.
Oh,
It is. Some Hispanic group has got it, and it's just,
it's blue now.
yeah.
Oh, that's attractive, I'm sure.
Mhm.
But it's still standing, the walls and everything. Mhm.
Remember the Alamo?
No,
No.
south of Blackwell. It was a big house the folks owned.
It looked like the Alamo.
It's blue now?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Oh my goodness.
Look at all that hair Mom had.
those two look.
Yeah, it's still there. I was by there not too long ago.
Mm-hmm. It looks pretty sturdy.
They just killed you.
They killed it. Well, they must have took those away from the boys.
There.
Cats were a big thing that Christmas.
Uh-huh. He's gonna die right there. Oh,
What?
70 Christmas.
Oh,
That's
goodness.
good.
What a mess.
Here's little Jeremy, isn't it?
That would have been about the time I got conceived.
Jeffrey, get your finger out of his mouth.
Yeah.
So this one's jumping. I can actually fix that now.
It is kind of jumpy, isn't it?
Well, so the funny thing is,
There's Jeremy.
those little sprocket holes are
Mm-hmm.
kind of worn out.
He looked like a
Use
little
computer programs
Norwegian
to
elf.
analyze where they are.
Yeah.
I know what's wrong with you.
You know what's wrong with your brother, too. I dressed him.
It's the wrong ball. It must have belonged to one of the others.
Yeah, I could vote for some of that. A needle lean against.
Cute little outfit he's
Or
got
chair,
on.
anything. I can share Marilyn's chair.
Well, Anna, why don't you please sit here and let me sit?
Well, I need. Can you see the screen okay? Oh, there. Oh. I've had it with these youngsters. They're playing on the floor. I need a chair. Oh, thank you. Oh, now this is the life of Riley right here.
That's Marlou.
Pre-warmed and everything.
Yeah, that's up the trailer on it.
Mhm. Yeah, I think it is
Down the
too.
road, yeah.
Take my picture. Sorry, that was my ring that caught your hair.
Oh my gosh, remember that stuffed bull? That was awful.
I forgot all about that. Is that
And who's
Kelly?
the baby? Is that Jeremy?
That's Kelly.
That's Kelly.
She's so happy about it.
Think that bull's
Isn't she cute?
Yes, she's adorable.
Sorry, guys.
I don't know what happened, but I couldn't resist Kelly. I love
Oh,
you.
she's not. She
You're
wasn't afraid
beautiful.
of anything.
You get over here.
What happened? My horse started rocking me.
Can you see?
Pet. No.
That was a fabulous outfit too.
Another cute.
Probably.
Thought there was a hover around there for a second.
Like,
Well, hoverboard. Yeah.
good. Dog?
It's a bull. It's a red bull.
Red Bull.
What's that?
I don't know.
Who's that, Marilyn?
I don't know.
Do you know who that is, Anita?
I didn't know who that was.
I don't either.
Are these church folks, Eddie?
Was Mom alive?
They weren't at Blackwell. No,
I
this
don't
is
remember
later.
any of them.
This has to be somewhere here in Bartlesville. People
I
that
was
Mom and
concerned
Dad.
we were related, so
Well, let's hope not.
I'm just an awful person.
I don't know who they are.
Well,
I don't.
they're
I think did you slide this in on us?
They're smoking. It might have been a deacon. I'm not sure.
Damn.
I have no idea.
Back it
Well,
up, 'cause
there's
that's
the-
pretty good.
There's,
That's
that
pretty
was
nice,
Floyd's
huh?
picture.
Surely we'll see somebody in a little bit we recognize.
Is that
Okay,
Matoka
wait a
or
minute,
something?
wait a minute, wait a minute.
You think
I
that's
know
from
who
the
they
Matoka
are.
Church or something?
I know who some of them are.
No, surely not.
They were the guys that Daddy hired to haul the trash in Blackwell. This was
Okay.
the Christmas
That makes
party that Mom
sense.
and Dad
Yeah.
had
That
for them.
makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
And their kids, and
Okay.
that's who it was. That's who it is.
There's Grandpa Ray, so
Yeah.
that the
I
picture
saw a
comes
picture
together.
of
Good
Floyd
job,
on the
Mary.
wall.
All right.
You did good.
See? I knew it was good.
Yeah.
I'm still a terrible person.
Which one? Which one? Which one?
Our family moved up financially a notch when Dad and Mom got the job at Blackwell.
Yeah.
We had Cokes
There
in the
they
house
are.
and everything.
Dad's
Yes.
giving them their Christmas
Okay.
bonus.
That makes more sense now. Yeah, I didn't know what this was. Like, here's the drugs I want you to run.
Yeah.
Oh God, you're so
There were boxes of chocolate he was giving me.
Here.
And one of those, yeah.
hasn't been invented yet.
You know the little Metropolitan that we drove? One of those fellas called that my watch fob. That's what he called it. There's Marilyn in her watch fob.
It was a cute little.
Daddy had a whole fleet of trucks there. And that Spanish style house that we lived in had 16 rooms, Marilyn, am I
I
right?
don't remember.
It's a nice home, yeah. Full
How
basement,
many were downstairs?
lots of nice room downstairs.
A whole bunch.
2 full,
Didn't it have bedrooms down in the basement?
Yes.
yes.
That was a brothel before they bought it.
Exactly.
It was.
It had to be.
Yes, it was.
Well, that makes.
I remember Dad saying that actually. Yeah, he said there was a.
Yeah, you
that's what it was.
That's exactly what it was.
Spinner fun poles. The house was a brothel.
Oh, my word.
Could Marilyn climb those poles down there in the basement?
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
By the way, this place that we lived at, the Alamo, had a metal gate going into the truck yard that was out of steel pipes. And these men that drove these trucks every day were scared to back the trucks through that gate because it was so narrow. My job was to back the trucks through the gate at night and park it in the truck yard.
Really?
So I wouldn't do it now, but I did
Jeffrey
it.
got a car. He's excited.
Yeah, this is evidently where I stopped actually resizing and stuff.
Yes.
That's what it originally looks like. Yeah, scan them in.
Good job.
Great
You've done
job.
a great job.
Just move this knee a little bit. Oh, you're fine, hon.
Yeah, this thing's a general.
Racetrack.
Hot Wheels.
Likes Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
Hot Wheel tracks.
We're kind of into those right now. What the?
They just made
Those
an
kids.
extension of his mother's arm.
She used to use those tracks
Those
on him.
things were evil.
Oh, that's brilliant too, though.
It is brilliant.
Yeah.
They got a little with.
Oh yeah. Snap at the end.
Will you get my drink?
Oh, what's drink is that?
It's a Sonic drink over there. By
Danny, he's so cute.
Those dimples.
Can I have that Sonic drink, please?
Well, of course. You got a quarter?
No.
Thank you.
Why none of us have dimples? It's not fair. We're broken.
You're broken.
Oh, there they are together.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, we found a drawer.
I can use a forceps on
Grandma hadn't yet learned to.
Who are those two?
Yeah, who are those?
That's Jeremy and Kelly,
Jeremy
I
and
think.
Kelly.
Really?
Oh, we found a bad place there.
That's me.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's Kelly and Jeremy.
Jeremy's in the striped shirt.
What can we get into here?
Pepsi.
Wow, you don't see those every day.
That looks like that.
That's back a long way.
Pepsi, Drano.
That's all over everybody's high.
You're acting like I'm
Howdy, specifically. Uncle Jeff said to tell everybody howdy.
Is he home from Kansas?
Yes. He said he's exhausted and he might come see everybody in the morning.
Okay.
Good.
Well, everybody's here. We're having breakfast at 10 o'clock at my house.
It's
Does that work for everybody?
That's brunch.
brunch.
It's food. Just show up and eat. Whose house is this?
Grandma's.
Grandma's. That's out on the hill.
Or like
On Gap
real
Road.
Is it real breakfast or is it
a continental.
It's a real breakfast.
Are there gonna be potatoes?
Oh, they're gonna
Are
be,
you kidding me? No.
And you just
What?
Did you just give us? It's gonna be beans and cornbread, so it's gonna be.
Come over, I'll make some pancakes.
He loves
About
pancakes.
3 o'clock in the afternoon, because that's when she gets out of bed.
I'll wake you up. I'll spam call you. Boy, I will spam call you.
Yeah.
Be ready in the morning. I'm spam calling
I'm
you.
coming over there and leaning back by you.
We shall see.
I can just have Grandma grab the shotgun and cock it and make it really loud and act like he's gonna shoot you.
That's my wake up
Ow.
call.
This is an
I'll
oldie.
lean against Eddie's
where?
here in a
This
minute.
is an oldie.
Oldie.
Yeah.
How can you tell?
You can tell by
Because they
those
look
two.
young. Oh yeah.
Oh dear.
Look at that dramatics.
Here's cases.
I remember that orangish.
They're so fancy. I love
I
them.
remember that dress.
Too.
That was a store-bought dress. I did not make that one.
Rams.
Uncle Burner Love.
I don't even remember that dress.
There's Miss Janet.
There's Janet.
Looking there.
Look how
Miss
skinny we were.
Hollywood.
And we were having babies. Look how skinny we were.
Aw, Gramps.
There's Grandpa.
God, that arm hair. Look at it. There's so much of it.
Oh, Control Line P51.
Those
Yeah,
guys have
that
long
one.
hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. It lasted about 2 laps.
Cut off your finger.
It is hot.
Brothers in deep design aircraft
All
work here.
those Christmas presents that were for me, they were actually for him.
Yeah. Now, I see how you little ones are enjoying the Christmas.
And the Corvette car, Tetherline car, that was for Glenda.
Well,
Yeah, those are for the big guys.
love it.
Everybody trying to start the Corvette.
Yeah.
Look at
And
that
the rightful
hat
owners
on
are just
Floyd.
standing by in agony.
Yeah, I don't remember that hat either.
It's in the closet. Everybody's trying
Is
to
it in
dress
the closet?
The Bolo is the one that's
So that
Yeah.
that was a gas
Marilyn, your hair's cute there. I like that.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it was you either ran it in a straight line or you hooked it.
She's
through
got a lot of
little-
curls. She can wear it
like a
anyway.
10-foot string and ran around on a nail. It's incredibly fast.
That's Uncle Archie, Grandpa Ray on the left. I think
Marilyn.
I know that lady in the middle, but we won't talk about her.
Danny.
Mm-hmm. And Mom.
Eating the blackberries.
That's Archie.
Uncle Archie,
That's
Uncle Melvin.
Mel.
So when did Uncle Melvin start with his emphysema really bad? Did he have it most of his life?
Probably because
No, Uncle Leonard is the one that had emphysema real bad.
Melvin.
Uncle Melvin.
So did Melvin.
They both did. They were both smokers about all their life, I think.
But were they
That
smelter?
Blackwell
Were they involved with the smelter as well, or no?
No.
Not that I know of.
Just asking.
Uncle Leonard worked a lot in the oil field,
Okay.
and they were both
Really vicious smokers.
right.
Okay.
Well, they kind of had a predisposition for it because Grandpa Jackson always had lung issues. And he didn't smoke or anything, but he was ill a lot of his life. And so those two boys inherited that trait, plus they were heavy smokers, and it just developed into emphysema.
Yeah, because I remember seeing him in Fairview and at Blackwell both, with his knees up
Yes.
against his chest
Mhm.
and that whole thing for years, it seemed.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
More cows.
I hate those damn cows.
They chased you, David.
they are.
Word.
Oh, the baby.
They didn't
They'll
like
kill
your
you.
motorcycle.
That just soon kill you. Look at you.
Bill.
They know they chased
He's dramatic, isn't he?
Didn't look too vicious to me.
They look pretty docile right there, but
Fire up a lawnmower and they get vicious. I'm gonna get my foot over
that's
here.
better.
You're fine. Okay. I'm good. I don't know who that was.
Don't know that.
Oh, that's Matoka Church.
That's
Somebody from Montoka, obviously. Maybe a minister, I
That's
don't
one
know.
of the.
Is that a trotting
one of the
wolf?
trotting wolf. That's Ed.
That was, yeah.
Is Ed Trotting Wolf. Okay,
That's
I can
Ed
make that
Trotting
be
Wolf.
right.
He's young there.
Okay.
Yeah. He was my baseball coach, huh?
Turtle style.
That's Turtles. No, not Turtle. Not Turtle.
I love him.
Whose car was
Turtle.
that?
That's different.
You're talking about Turtle that owns Watts?
Yeah.
What other turtle do you know?
Well, when you come to the tribe, be surprised.
Touche.
Turtle belongs to a whole different group. Ed was a trotting wolf, and I don't know what Turtle's name is. I've only known him by Turtle.
No.
He isn't a trotting wolf. In
Glad
fact,
we took these pictures.
Yeah, these mean anything to
Yeah.
anybody?
I think so.
Flowers?
Trotting wolves were
Past these.
Cherokee, I think.
Oh, the mini horse.
Maybe.
Your other favorite.
glass horse.
Well, Cherokee, Delaware. So.
That was the canning station.
Yeah, it
Oh,
sure
that's right.
was.
That was the garden canning station.
Uncle Melvin's old
Canning trail. Oh,
trailer house, and we
The
canned it.
first Monday morning, we picked 5 bushel of green beans.
Good Lord.
I was never so tired of green
Grandma
beans.
and
And
I'd stay in there and we'd blanch the tomatoes and take the skins off of them and we'd split them in half and she'd take half, I'd take half, and we had a salt shaker.
That's when Janet ate the green beans with the worm in them.
that's right.
It ruined her
She hadn't eaten a
forever.
green bean since.
So that's the thing with green beans.
Yes. I was
You
traumatized.
didn't like them.
I
Now that
don't.
makes more sense. No, I will grief you less from now
There was
on.
no air conditioning in that trailer. It was hot summer weather, and we had big pressure cookers in there on the stove going full blast and hot water to wash the jars in. It was so much fun.
Grandma and
I thought it was kind of
It's the
interesting.
best garden ever.
We
One
invited the men from town out one day, and I forget how many
11
different things from the
11
garden.
different things out of the garden we had fixed for lunch. And
Lunch was
Dad
garden
and-
only.
like
It was wonderful.
it was wonderful.
It's wonderful.
What else? It's a lot of.
We had no earthly idea we was going to have a garden like that.
So this.
And we grunted for worms.
We did.
Yes, you did grunt for worms.
Marilyn,
I
do you remember
that.
us grunting for
I
worms?
do. Oh, this is our trip to Washington,
The
D.C.
56th
This
Plymouth
is before Floyd and Marilyn
Belvedere.
were married. Oh, boy.
Yes.
That
Ooh, looky there.
Isn't that hair?
Looky there,
Look
looky
at how
there.
red it is there.
Look at Mom's legs. They look just like that.
Exactly the same.
Brand new batteries in the camera because everything's slow motion, which means that the motor's going faster than it should.
I don't know.
That was at the Mississippi River Bridge.
Was that before or after y'all left?
That was before we were married. That's when we
So you were like, what, 16, 17 in this?
we were about 16 and Floyd.
Look at her run. He still runs that way.
We ran. Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, not very far.
There were 7 of us in that little
56
and we left.
Belvedere.
And we left Glendale at the service
Yes,
station.
we did.
We had so many kids we didn't realize we didn't have them all.
We got a little ways from the service station, and one of us.
It was more than a little ways.
Did I say where's Glenn?
Yeah, when somebody said, "Where's
And Mom
Glenn?"
kind of went into panic mode just a little bit.
What was so funny was, I just lost it.
Great, Mike.
They are
Everybody had
wonderful.
gone to the bathroom and he didn't.
He didn't come back
And then
out.
after everybody came back, he decided he needed to go.
Mammoth
That's
Cave.
in the Mammoth Cave.
Gone. Aw.
That's at the Mammoth Cave in Kentucky.
How much older is Grandpa Floyd than you?
About 5.5, 6 years.
Is there anybody between you two?
Glenn.
Okay, I can't remember who it was.
Glenn's 2 years older than
I need something. This isn't working.
Push the life alert button.
Yeah. Corey, your Grandpa Floyd was born in 39.
Yes.
Uncle Glenville was born
I'll switch
in
with you.
42.
Oops, I'm sorry, Kelly.
Mom was born in 44. And Aunt Marilyn was born in 50.
Oh, looky there. We're in the Atlantic Ocean, dear ones.
Bathing beauties.
Look at you dancing in the water.
Just bathing beauties, darling.
What's happening right now?
They're trying to catch
That
a
was at
jellyfish.
the ocean.
This wasn't a famous beach. It was just somewhere for Grandpa Ray could drive us to, and we got to get in the water for a few minutes. It was great.
I have to get up and walk around.
There's Glenn.
Grandma, you're so cute with your little headband.
I didn't like being in the water that much.
Still don't.
No, I still don't. There's other activities I'd rather be doing.
Sure.
Grandpa's got his overalls rolled up.
Grandpa Ray could swim.
There's some.
Good swimmer.
Look at Marilyn holding her pants up.
You are just the frilliest little thing.
Still is.
Oh, frills.
Just really changing of the guards. That's pretty cool, guys.
Yep. Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Changing of the guard.
Everybody needs to see that.
On the road to Washington,
of all
D.C.,
the
we slept in
places
a
we've been, I love
horse barn in
Washington, D.C.
Kentucky. We slept under a tree
I
one
really
night.
do. It is beautiful.
We traveled
It's
economy
historic.
style. But when we
I
got to
like all of
D.C.,
those.
the folks rented us a cabin.
Buildings, they're so pretty.
And we took a ride up the Potomac River.
There we
in this
are on
nice
the river.
riverboat.
We had chicken.
We had a
Remember, we had a
wonderful
box of chicken
lunch on the
apiece.
chicken on the boat. Yeah, went up to George Washington's home, took a tour of it.
I'm living
Mount
for
Vernon.
And Floyd and I almost missed the bus going back. We was too
That
busy
was her
looking
way
at
of
stuff.
identifying
Look, there she
herself. So
is,
if we
and,
got lost, we could find her because she was tall and she had a little hat on.
Oh,
There's the lady right there.
That's Lake Erie.
Yeah, we swung by Lake Erie. Grandpa Ray wanted to go and visit with a man about a dog, a business something. He was working on his trash packer and wanting to find sources of metal
Marilyn.
or something. And I think we had a motel one night, and then Grandpa drove straight through probably for 24 hours, taking us
What?
on home.
Legs.
oh, aren't they gorgeous? Look at that belly showing.
I don't know that I can do that right now.
I didn't realize how tall Grandpa was. He just looks like he's towering.
He
over
grew
all
an
of you.
inch after we was married.
Grandpa Ray?
Yeah.
No, Grandpa Floyd.
Oh, yeah, he
So I asked how
was.
much taller or how much older he was. He's just tall.
Look at that gorgeous classic car.
Well, when Floyd and Mary Lou were dating, he was in high school. He was well over 6 foot.
hmm I think he was about 6'4" when we got married, and he grew to 6'5".
What was that, a Plymouth?
Yep.
Yeah, Plymouth Belvedere was top of the line.
You know, I know what I was going to tell you, Onetta. I have never eaten a piece of Spam since we went on that trip. Have you? Oh, I could hardly choke down a pork and bean. I can do that, but that Spam is something else.
That was our lunch menu out of the trunk, was
3
open a can of
times a day.
Spam
Oh no.
and
Oh,
have a Spam
here,
sandwich
this is the scene.
and pork and beans and banana.
This is a little embarrassing.
It was embarrassing for me.
I mean, I gotta watch
Oh, if Floyd hadn't had really good muscles in his throat, he'd probably choked to death. He swallowed that. He swallowed that whole thing whole.
This is moving day at Wichita.
Oh, this is the chair.
This
The
is
what?
moving day at Wichita.
Well, yeah, on this reel is the.
Okay.
We'll see.
Motorized chair.
Yeah.
It's for the guy in town.
Oh, yeah.
Parker.
For
Cool.
For the WKY.
Yeah, this is up in Wichita when they owned the big 2-story house, that one.
That's
And
where I
they-
ate the persimmon.
Yeah.
Thank you very much,
Mary,
Glenn.
wasn't that fun? Glenn and I
I
figured
always
that out.
swore I was going to get even with him, and I never did do it. But I had one planned.
Had one in.
Well, I'm not ever going to
I
tell
told
you,
Janet
but he
what
and
I
I
was going
figured
to do.
out
She
that
said,
scheme.
"Mom, you might ought to not do that. He doesn't feel that well." But yeah, I was too late
That was a
thinking
little
of
rent
it.
house that was on the property.
Yeah.
Man, I couldn't spit. I couldn't talk. I was just puckered up big time.
We'll fix you right up,
And I
baby.
was so gullible. If anybody, I would have trusted Dingle Dow.
No.
Boy, I watched him from then on.
I said smells, maybe not.
Yeah, that's in Wichita.
Yeah.
It was 2 below zero the day we moved.
Oh my goodness.
Great moving day.
And I rode in
There
the
it is.
truck with Glendale
there it is.
and Grandpa. And the floorboard was out of it. It was cold.
Are you modeling?
Uh-huh. And then a
Look at all
local
that black
Oklahoma
hair.
City station, well, KFOR out of Oklahoma City, which was known as WKY at the time, came up and filmed this for their newscast.
This that we're beginning to see now is they took a human interest. Look at this, folks. This guy did
Like
a great deed
is this
kind of
great
thing.
state or what? That kind of a section of the newscast.
Neil there, the man on the chair, was shutting down the windmill. It was stormy, and his timing was off. The lightning struck exactly when he had his hand on the windmill to shut it down, and he was
Mr.
paralyzed
Cross.
on one side.
So, didn't it have like airplane wheels?
Yeah, we were coming home from Enid, and Dad was quiet, and he said, looked over at Mom and said, "I'm going to build Neil a wheelchair." Neil Parker, the man on the wheelchair, was Daddy's cousin.
I didn't know that.
And so Dad let a few people know around town, just probably in conversation, that he was building a wheelchair for Neil. And so the guy that had the automotive shop said, "Well, I'll do an upholstery job on a seat for you, Ray." And another man said, "Well, I got a Briggs & Stratton engine. I'll donate to the cause." And another man had a paint and body shop, and he said, "I'll put a paint job on it." Okay, the part that under him, the back part, metal part of the contraption, was an old refrigerator box, and the front part was the very front end of an old-timey car hood back in the 30s that was real pointy. And so he took those pieces and he fashioned with the electric engine. He could ride it in the house. It would go through the doorways. With a gasoline engine, he could run it out in the fields and help his boys hook up the tractors to the plow and all of that.
That's Bruce.
And it had airplane tires on
Tell
it
me where he was.
because it was real sandy out there, and he could drive it anywhere he wanted to.
But here's the thing that I don't think people understand, and this is what Dad told me, is that when the gasoline engine was going, it was charging the batteries for the electric part. So that is the first hybrid electric car.
Yes. Wow.
Wow.
For a wheelchair.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Now he's giving rides.
And that's another thing I've told my kids in the classroom about Dad building that, just as human interest. And in this letter, I think the student writing to me mentioned that too. And I would tell them, an inventor is just a problem solver. And my dad decided to solve the problem that his cousin had.
Onetta, how was he related to Neil?
First cousin.
No.
No.
I haven't found that
He
connection.
Noni was first cousin.
Noni was Daddy's cousin.
Noni was
So he
Aunt
was a
Icy's
cousin.
daughter.
He was a cousin by marriage.
So he was several cousins removed, right?
No, Noni, his wife, and Daddy were first cousins.
Okay. All right. I didn't know that.
Yeah. She was Aunt Icy, Grandpa Dow's sister.
I only met her
Icy.
one time, I think. Maybe it wasn't even her that I met. I don't know.
Anyhow,
Yeah.
that's how they were.
I remember.
hooked up.
Okay. I didn't
Very
know that.
interesting story.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is the end.
This is their two sons, right there. Glendale and
What was
their two boys.
What was their children's names? Was
There's-
Jerry Parker one of them?
Mm-mm.
Was it?
It was Eddie and
Good job, Mike.
Dwayne?
Mary.
Awesome.
No,
Was
I
the
knew
oldest one
Mary.
Dwayne?
I think so.
Who was Jerry's?
Dwayne,
And
Dwayne
Eddie?
and Eddie and Mary.
Oh, you might need to.
Oh, you need me to.
I think.
Yeah, I
that
need
was
you to
right.
fondle it.
You ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
Woo!
Watch him now, and he's got quick hands.
Twice
It's
in
true.
one night.
Twice in one night. Okay.
All right. This is the end of the take.
That was pretty cool.
That was awesome. Thanks. That's a super, super fine production from what
That Dad built the wheelchair for.
Yes.
That's an interesting story. We went to Colorado with him one summer, on vacation. Neil and Noni and their children, and us. And we camped out in the Garden of the Gods. And the next day we drove up Pikes Peak. Well, Mary, their daughter, got very nauseous, going around curves and stuff, and Onetta was the same way. So Onetta and Floyd and Glendale and Mary rode in the car with Mom and Daddy. I got put in the car with Noni and Neil and Dwayne and Eddie. And guess who drove up Pikes Peak? Neil, the guy that was crippled. And they also had happened to take along Aunt Bessie, who was at that time in her 80s, and the mountain air did not work well with Aunt Bessie. And we had to ride with the windows rolled down because she was rather odoriferous the whole trip. And I got the pleasure of riding in the car with them. And I will never forget that. I was probably 5 years old, but it's an indelible memory.
Was that when they had trouble?
Yes.
So, Aunt Marilyn, would you describe the word odoriferous?